welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that is bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days. It's a joke, you idiot.
Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. Oh, welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Dylan Krasinski, coming to you from a beautiful day in Astoria, Queens. With me, as always, back again, returning after a week hiatus, is my co-host, the man with the most, Mr. Ray Zawodni.
The man with the most. Dylan, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And more importantly than thanking you, I want to thank everybody that has been loyal Troublemakers listeners and watchers, man. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube, you're just watching the shorts, the reels, or you're listening to us on the audio platforms, we appreciate you, and we also have a favor to ask. You can do us a huge favor.
Oh yeah.
If you're listening, leave us a rating, leave us a review. If you are on the YouTubes, drop a comment. Drop a comment on the reels, share the shorts. Do anything just to let a friend know what we're doing here at Troublemakers, because we love doing this show and we love keep bringing it to you. I will say this. If you do go out there and you want to leave a comment, help out our engagement.
Yeah.
And it's a negative comment. I don't think you realize that I not only have the time, but I have the means and the resources to track you down. Not only do I have the resources to track you down, I have the resources to frame you for a murder that you didn't commit. Not just one murder, multiple murders. That's right. I am going to make everybody believe that you are the Zodiac Killer.
Whoa.
So
God damn.
I'm gonna take the heat off of Ted Cruz, because now it will solely be on whoever wants to leave a negative comment. So call me fat, make fun of my backwards hat, fucking talk about the way that I speak, make fun of my Pittsburgh accent. Fucking do it. You know what? Actually do it. I fucking dare you. Anywho, we got a wonderful episode here for you. A great returning guest that I am so happy to have.
So
on the
happy
show.
to have him, dude.
The hilarious. Let's go to it. The hilarious Ed McGowan.
Let's get into it. I missed you, man. We did. Ray was out of town. We had to do the first pod in like 100 pods.
Well, it wasn't just that I was out of town. You blew me off on Sunday.
I did not blow you off. You blew me off on Friday, though.
I didn't blow you. We blew each other off on Friday.
That sounds like a party.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys were tight like that. We blew each other off.
We did. No, it's not what you think, Ed.
There were blowjobs.
Oh, it is what you think. No, dude, you're thinking something crazy. We just sucked each other's dick.
Dude.
Like buddies do.
Can I tell you? Yeah, we got drunk.
Partners.
We got drunk on Thursday. Good. Some weird things happen, and we go, we need some time. We need some time. We can't pod on Friday. Yeah. Blowjobs, actually.
Can I ask you if you on that Friday you were doing the same thing that I was, where I was like hungover and I kind of had a thing like our podcast guest canceled. We were supposed to have a guest, but we would have still done it just us two.
Yeah.
But I kind of had a thing. I was like, well, I'm not going to text him, but if he texts me, I'll go over there and do the pod, because I was hurting.
Oh.
Can I tell you, you know what I was doing? I forget what we even did. Oh, it was poker.
We played poker.
Okay.
Ooh.
Can I tell you? Yeah, we played poker at Ray's on Thursday night, watched the Knicks game. Everybody left. And then I'm sitting there with Ray, and he's like, you want to go to Rockies?
What's Rockies? A bar?
Rockies is just a bar around the corner.
Yeah, it's a trashy, fun little bar.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like it.
Thursday at midnight, we were like, all right.
So this is after poker?
Yeah.
So was anybody up?
You know what? No, but we kind of played like a cash game. Nobody was really like dominantly won.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So like maybe lost $20.
So you didn't show up the Rockies with like, I got an extra 200 in my pocket. Let's burn it. Let's burn it.
I think I finished the night up $5. Which, not bad. Who cares?
But I am that guy though.
Yeah.
Like if I win money when I'm drunk, it's gone.
Oh, you'll spend more money than you won.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
let's go.
I went on my buddy had a bachelor party a couple of years ago, and I was like tight on cash, and I was the best man. So it was like, fuck, like, when you're the best man, you don't have to pay for everything, but you usually got to upfront a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, like counting my pennies, and I was like, all right, did this guy pay me for the Airbnb? I'm like writing
Shows up
everything
the
down.
valet. He's dropping quarters.
You got a change purse? I got a lot for you.
He comes up jiggling like popcorn. Here you go,
Just
buddy.
putting a
Here's
roll
for
of pennies under a stripper's titty. Like, all right, let's just no, but we were
I got a story after
we were
this.
there, and I start playing blackjack. Dude, I ended up winning like $1,000 fucking dollars.
Wow.
Off of like $150 buy-in.
Wow.
But I started spending that money because we were buying tickets for the Steelers game the Sunday, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna sit up in the fucking nosebleeds, guys. Come on, everybody, let's spring for some good tickets." Fast forward, I got so drunk at the tailgate, I walked into the Steeler game, turned right around, and walked back out.
You just knew. You just walked in. You're like, I don't belong around people.
That's actually not true. I walked in, went into the bathroom. The lines were kind of long in the bathroom. Pissed in the trash can in the bathroom at Heinz Field, now Acrisure Stadium, and there's pictures of it. And I finished, walked out, and then went back to the Airbnb. Wow. And
After upgrading the seats, the whole thing.
yeah,
Oh, dude. Spectacular. I like that you had the presence of mind, though. That's responsible.
I usually don't.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, that's. I'd like to. I wish I was better than that, like better at that in my entire life.
You know what that is right there? That's best man behavior.
That is best.
That's
man
best.
behavior.
He's like, deep down, somewhere in there, you're like, I'm the
That
best
is,
man.
dude.
I can't ruin this. Yeah.
Especially because that was the wedding where, like, it's like, one of my best friends, and like I'm really close with his lady, but she was also like, hey, just so you know, like at the wedding, you gotta like let's not be bachelor party Ray on the wedding. And she's seen me at some pretty wild, rambunctious moments, but I was really good at the wedding. I was
That's always tough when a buddy's lady is like, sees you for who you really are, and
she
you're
knows,
like, oh
yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
but she also
like
knows
they've had a lot of talks about it pre-wedding.
But she also knows because she fucking
It's
parties.
such a good guy. I've never, I can't imagine it. Oh no, you'll see it one day. And then she sees it. She's like, oh, all those stories. Yeah, I get it.
Have you ever seen somebody like way too like borderline ruin a wedding drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My cousins. Hold on, let me turn this on. Okay, it's off.
Were you making sure you weren't accidentally calling your cousin? You know how when you check anytime I'm about to talk shit, I'll check my phone. I'll be like, dude, so Phil's wife is yeah, I'm not accidentally calling Phil. Siri didn't hear that and was like,
call Phil's wife.
Yeah.
Check it again now. Just make sure.
All right, we're not calling Phil's. I don't even have a friend named Phil.
My cousin's first husband was hammered at his wedding.
Oh, at his own wedding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty. Everybody was like, "Oh, yeah." It was pretty bad.
Like stumbling.
Like real, just every move that he did was just like.
Like
so
he could
bad.
go down at any minute.
Yeah,
so bad,
they cut
dude.
the cake and they did it was a whole thing. I don't want to. It's probably not a good memory for her. I mean, she's remarried now. And yeah. But it was, dude. When I look because I was in the throes of all of it, and I'm like, yo, buddy, get it together.
Oh my God, that's so fun. Yeah, dude, I've seen weddings where, like, I remember one time my cousin's friend got married and they were talking about the wedding beforehand, and they were talking about it. They were like, if the groom and his groomsmen can't stay sober before the church, she was like, I told him no drinks before the church. And they were like mad about it. They were like, we can't have drinks. We can't have a few beers before walking down the aisle. And I was like, I remember I was like 15 and I was like, this is insane. And I was like, what do you thought? You can't be sober for an hour?
I got kicked out of a wedding. I just remembered now. Yeah, I got
Really?
kicked out of a wedding. I got it was pre-wedding, my buddy's wedding, and I got so shitty the night before, and just like spent the night in a police station, like just. I got I don't even it was just like blackout drunk kind of behavior.
Just getting silly, you know?
Yeah, you know, I'm just having a few too many, and ended up I passed out in a used car lot in Indiana University, Pennsylvania, like
IUP, baby.
IUP, yeah. So we're up there, and he lived there, and he was getting married, and I guess I was saying some shit to him that he didn't like.
Dude, don't get married.
No,
man.
I was like, she's so hot, dude.
Oh, God. That's even worse.
Dude, you're so lucky.
Dude, she's got a great ass.
I'm leaving right now, and I'm buying her a used car. She's so hot. I hope I can stay awake.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so then I pass out there. I spend a night in a jail. You know, I get the little breakfast in the morning, and then I make my way back to his place, and everybody's like sleeping on couches and everything like that. And he goes, "Dude, I can't have you at the wedding."
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God.
I was like, "What?" He goes, "Nah, it's just." You were really, it was just too much, man. I'm like, the whole time I'm going to be up there, I'm going to be looking at you, like, talking about my wife's ass. And I was like,
oh, my
I was like, it was a compliment.
Wow. So he didn't let you come to the wedding. Are you still
I got-
friends?
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Is he still with the wife?
No.
Nah.
We were, I mean, we grew up together. We've known each other since like kindergarten. So it was,
I'm not going to lie. Crazy move for him to not let you come to the wedding.
it was kind of wild.
That's a
it was
wild
kind of wild.
move.
How did you end up in the used car lot?
I was just walking around.
Oh, okay.
And I just sat down to like take a break. Okay. You know, I saw like a, 94 Toyota that I was just like, that looks like a familiar face, just like a shitty car that I've seen I was like, let me just rest against this. And I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And a cop drove by.
Is that Tony's car?
Yeah, right.
Tony!
I was looking for like weed in the ashtray.
That's nuts, dude. So you just hung out at the house.
No, so I took a bus. Oh. I got on a bus went to Penn State. And man, that was, and then I'm just like, I'm coming off of like getting thrown out of a great friend's wedding kind of, you know what I mean? And it went bad. I was just rolling around Penn State in a blackout for 2 days. I don't even know how I got home. I don't even know how I got back to like Northeast. I was living in Northeast Philly at the time, and I was like this was like hardcore drug days, like
in the middle of it.
Yeah, like smoking dust, all that kind of stuff. And I don't even like. I remember going crashing at a buddy's place in Penn State, and then remember hearing his girl going, "He's got to go." I just kept getting kicked out of places on my way back to Philly.
Nothing worse than when you're fucked up and you're like in another room, or like people think you're sleeping, and you could just hear how people really feel about you in the moment.
Dude,
I've had that, dude. I remember I've told the story on the podcast, but I got like blacked out and fucking was mixing booze with like pain pills. Oh, yeah. And I fall asleep in the hotel, and there's 4 dudes sharing one hotel in their 30s, which that's a problem in itself. But I'm sleeping, and like I must have fucked up the last night because I didn't remember. And all I just hear is like 3 of my buddies who weren't like as close as I am with them now. It was like new buddies, and they're like, "What the fuck happened to him last night? You think somebody roofied him?" Man, it's like, dude, I've never heard anybody scream in their sleep like that. Dude, what about when we walked in on him taking a shit with the door open in the hotel room? And I was like, maybe they're talking about someone else. Oh, dude, you think this could be somebody else they're talking about, Ray? I don't know, but keep fake sleeping because you don't want to have to deal with the consequences.
Have you ever, were you a big bedwetter?
Yes.
Yeah,
big time,
dude. I don't know why I never did that. Never wet the bed, but like in like I had this run where it was just happening. And one time,
what do you mean you never were? Yeah, right. Until you were.
Yeah.
You're like I never was, but except for those 3 years.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Dude,
I like that caveat. You know what I mean? I was, I stopped peeing in the bed when I was 4, and then, I started again when I was 24.
Here's the thing. I stopped for a while, and, and then booze came in, and all of a sudden.
How long were you pissing in bed?
Dude, well, so I had like a run where I was just like, my buddies in college used to like, I remember like my one buddy used to piss the bed. He used to stand up and like pee in the hamper. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. I would never do that. That's nuts. Like I've never had that problem. Thank God. And then like all of a sudden I hit like a run where like 4 times in like 2 years it's happened. And dude,
That's nothing.
Yeah.
well,
that
listen,
sounds like a couple accidents.
I one time I got drunk. You know what it is? It's the whiskey. The whiskey, once you drink it, it's such a little amount of liquid, and then you just drink it. I think it piles up, and then it hits you when you're asleep, and then you just pee. And I was on my back in a hotel, an Airbnb, and I woke up and I was sharing it with another comedian, and I like woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like, fuck.
You were sharing the bed or the hotel?
I was on the couch, and she was in the other room, and I was like, oh shit. I like pissed all over myself and like a little on the sheet, and I like woke up and I like changed my underwear and went back to bed. And then next morning I was like, hey, does this place have a washer dryer? She was like, yeah. And I was like, I pissed myself last night. And she was like, what? She's like, hey, it happens. I've done it all the time. And that was
that's a keeper right there. What happened to her?
I was this past weekend at Red Clay Comedy Festival.
Was that Levin?
Is that why you were asking all these wedding questions? Yeah. Dude, so, you ever peed a bit? You ever get kicked out of a wedding? Because I got some stuff coming up.
This was the first night of the festival. The first night, dude. And I wasn't even like, the thing was, I wasn't even like that drunk. Like I woke up, I wasn't even hungover. It wasn't one of these like, oh man, I think I just drank like too much liquid. Liquid, fell asleep.
It was the liquid.
Yeah, dude. Thank God, though.
It was the liquid.
I am like, I'll tell you my least favorite person when you're drinking, and you didn't do this right now, Dylan. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, thanks for couching it.
I'm talking about you. Well, you couched it.
I did.
You pissed all over the couch.
None on the couch. None on the couch.
I've
Thank God, on my
so
back,
many
dude.
couches,
Dude, the guy that doesn't admit when he's drunk. That's my least favorite fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's like, really? I mean, I was a little buzzed.
Yeah.
I don't think I was that drunk.
You know, or like when the guys like you know, like I was like, damn, like everybody was fucking fucked up, and they're like, I wasn't. I remember everything. And I'm like, but then fucking save it.
You're
Keep
the
it to
worst.
yourself.
Yeah, the worst.
Nothing worse than a motherfucker trying to tell you about some shit you did the night before.
Well, you know
kill
what's
you.
know what's funny, Ray. You know what's so funny about that is because I've never been able to even get that lie out. it's so unbelievable that I would, if I ever said those words, hey, I wasn't that fucked up last night, you'd be like, you were.
Yeah.
You were. What are you talking about? You pissed 2 couches.
You were
You
showing
pissed one, you
everybody your
moved to the
asshole.
other.
Dude, they used to call me Wetty Eddie.
Weddy McGowan.
Yeah, there was a whole thing. Like, if I passed out somewhere, they'd be like, yo, get him off that couch. People would drag me outside.
He's gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
It happens in waves though. Like I think maybe that's what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
Is like once you, no pun intended, like open the floodgates.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna happen a couple of times.
Well, it's
So
like
you better be
blacking
careful.
out. Your brain, once your brain thinks it's okay to do it,
Yeah.
you just it just
Hey,
does.
we took a break last night and nothing bad happened. Let's keep doing that.
Yeah.
I'm an easy blackout too.
Oh yeah.
It happens to me. Like,
Oh, dude.
like for example, the thing that he was just talking about that poker night. I was like, we went to Rockies. I was like, apparently I wasn't hard to convince, and you were like, it was your idea.
Dude, we were at Rockies for like 2 drinks, and then he goes, let's go to a Sweet Spot, another bar, dude, at like 1:30. It's a Thursday night. We walked all the way over there. They were closed. And instead of being like, let's go home, Ray's like, let's go back to Rockies and have another one.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck.
fantastic.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with me?
We got like 1 or 2 more and then walked home. And
I like
then-
getting the end of the story. Yeah, I like getting the end of the story first. Like, yeah, we're not talking to each other. We weren't talking to each other for a couple days, and then I hear the whole beginning part. Yeah, Ray blacked out and took us to 2 different bars.
It was, dude. I was
Yeah,
all
we took a break.
all day Friday. I was like, I hope he doesn't text me to do the pod because I am hurting. And then I was like, we'll do it Saturday. And then Ray was out of town. I didn't realize. And then Sunday we were gonna do it, and then I had something come up and I couldn't do it. And then, hey.
But we're back now.
We're back, baby.
With a wonderful guest, the wonderful Ed McGowan. And
I like how this just starts up. You guys just start rolling.
No, we
That
haven't
was
started.
great.
We haven't started.
Oh, it didn't start yet?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
let's
cool.
Hey,
do
everybody, welcome to Troublemakers podcast. Dude, what if we did just keep you in here for like 2 hours, and then we were like, all right, you ready to get this thing started?
cool.
Dude, this was really good.
Warmed up?
You want to get started?
You ready to go? Yeah.
Dylan, can you turn on the recorder, please? Can we make sure that we're recording this? Oh, man. I couldn't tell you the last time I peed in my pants drunk. I've been pretty good.
Wow, that's good.
Well,
That's
in
good.
fairness, what I've been doing is I've just been tying shoelaces around my penis when I go to sleep, really tight.
It's like a junkie, like you're just like with your teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my penis is completely mangled, but at least I'm not pissing the bed anymore.
I dated a girl. She was very wealthy, and we were at her brother's bachelor party. We came up to New York from Philly, and
Hell yeah.
she was out with like the girls, a bachelorette party, and then we're staying at a Four Seasons.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
nice,
high end, right on 57th Street, like just nice.
classy.
I pissed that bed, dude. I ruined. It's probably a $5,000 mattress.
Jeez.
And she wakes up. She's like, "What the fuck? This is not cool." And I'm like, "It'll be fine." And I'm trying to flip this. It's like a king size, Four Seasons mattress.
You're like, babe, help me.
Just help me. Just flip it over.
And it's extra heavy.
Because it's soaked. Oh man.
Thank God. Every time it's happened to me, I've been on my back, so it just like, it's good. It's
What do you
okay.
mean? Like it just pulls
It
around
just pulls
you?
on me.
Are you a back sleeper?
When I'm drunk, sometimes, yeah.
Sleep like you're in a coffin?
Yeah, when
I
I'm
sleep
drunk.
on my back. Yeah.
That's
But
dangerous.
I never sleep on my back usually.
You gotta be careful. You're drinking.
I know.
Oh, you could do Jimi Hendrix yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they call that a foxy lady.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was but yeah, dude, I did Red Clay this weekend. Shout out Mike Albanese for a great festival. Real
Mike
fun
runs
time.
that?
Yeah, I had
right
no
on.
idea.
Oh, big
Ray
Mike,
was
yeah.
supposed to apply, fucking missed the deadline by 12 hours. Do you remember that? I was the whole. I was like, Ray, it's the last day to apply. You applying? I texted him like 4 times that day. He goes, yeah. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I remember
right now.
I was driving around. I remember I was literally trying to apply on my phone while I was driving, and then I was like, I'll do this when I get home. And I forgot.
And then the next morning he goes, "Hey, is it still open?" And I go, "No, dude."
Yeah.
That's why I texted you 4 times.
I'll be there next. I'll be there next year, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'll apply next year too.
Dude, it was a great time. Great time.
Sounds like it.
We
there
should both
was-
do it together next year. Me and you, Ed.
Yeah. Let's do
boys.
it. Yeah.
Anywho, you were there. How was it, Dill?
Yeah, sick, dude. Sick.
We'll blow each other off.
Dude, let me know how it is, man. Let me know. But I told 2 people, Jess and I told Mike that I pissed the couch. Mike kept calling me, just kept bringing it up the whole weekend.
Wait, was it while you were staying at Jess's place?
It was at the Airbnb. Yeah, which was okay.
Was it in Jess's name?
Yeah. But
You fucking asshole.
I didn't get it on the couch. It was just on me.
Oh, it was just on you? The
Yeah.
couch was fine? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and on the sheet. And
I'm like, because I talked to him yesterday. He goes, "Yeah, I stayed with Jess the first night, and then I got myself a hotel. Now it's like, yeah, she asked you to leave.
no. So the
You
way
fucking piss in the couch.
No, it was nice. They gave us housing, which was
okay.
great. So we all stayed at this hotel. But the first night, that was only Friday, Saturday. So Jess was there a day early too, and she was like, "Oh, you could stay," and I just stayed there the first night.
I can't wait to get the rest of the story from Jess.
Yeah, the truth.
Dude,
If I get it, I'll record it, and we can maybe cut it in. Right?
Yeah.
If you have any editing skills, you just cut it in.
God, dude.
The truth.
It was so fun. But there was the last night we were there. We went to there's this famous strip club in Atlanta called the Claremont Lounge.
Oh,
and they're
cool.
famous for having like non-traditional strippers.
Ooh, I like that.
You know,
That's fun.
They've been open
What,
for
like
like
dudes?
50 years. yeah, dudes. But we walk in and it's not a strip club. It's like a bar, and then the bar is like a big circle, and then there's a stage in the middle of the bar.
Right. Yeah,
so you like the only way you can give money is like to throw dollar bills like over the bartenders. And I remember I asked this guy, this like 50-year-old guy there, I go, how do you get the money to the girls? And he goes, you crumple it up and you throw it at them. I was like, all right, cool. But then it was fun. They did this whole thing, like they have like buckets and
Do
stuff.
they walk on the bar too?
No.
Like some of those
That
go-go
would be-
bars,
yeah.
like down in Philly, I would go to like there was a difference between like a go-go bar and a strip club. Go-go bars were more like that, where it was like all just like on the bar.
But they're not nude, right?
No, they're not. But I mean, man, this girl she fucking squatted on my bottle. A bottle of Bud. She fucking rubbed it on her put. I was like, I just ordered that.
That was $6. Come on.
I was like, just take it. I don't. I'm not drinking that. We're off the docks
for you
off the
now.
docks of Philadelphia.
I thought you were going to say she picked it up.
No,
that'd
she
be
didn't.
cool.
She fucking just rubbed it on it, and I was just like, just give it a little hint, a little zest.
Dude, I remember my buddy, we went to a strip, we were like early 20s, we were at a strip joint in Pittsburgh, and he kept like they're like on stage, and he kept like, when he'd give the money, he'd like smack her ass or like do a little move with it and like grab, and like the security guard warns him like, hey, you gotta stop. And then like the girl's like, hey, can you settle down? Yeah. And then one more time they come over, he's like, I mean, they're there. I'm not gonna touch them.
Oh my God.
I was like, hey, we gotta go. That's like, I think strip clubs still have a vibe of like a casino in Vegas in the 70s, where like they will take you in the back and beat you. Smash your fingers.
Totally. Well, it's like, that's why it's best to go like on like a weekday. You want to go like Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Wednesday night's like the best. When I was years ago, I used to go to strip club a lot, and because I was working this job where it was like you would take clients out and stuff like that, and we went. It was like 3 a.m. We go to the strip club, and I'm on fire with this girl. I'm just like cracking jokes. She's like into it. She's like, and smoking hot, and she's sitting on my lap, this and that. Finally, I'm like, let's get a dance now. She's so into me. Like I'm throwing her up in the air. You know what I mean? I'm doing all this, and then all of a sudden, and I'm doing like this. I'm doing a whole motorboating, the whole thing, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And I remember my buddy going, "Yeah, dude, it was fucking. You were like killing it." And then all of a sudden I was like, "Oh." He must have put his finger in her ass because she just stopped. She just shut it down and started putting her boots on. And I was like, "Oh, is everything okay?" And she was like, "Something happened." She popped her titty.
Oh my
Brand new
God.
titties. It's like slipped or something. She was like freaking out, and I was like, we were having fun. She just glared at me, and I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Like the implant?
Yeah, like the implant. She just got new titties, and it like, I don't know what happened.
or something.
But she
Maybe it's because some asshole was throwing her up in the air.
it was motorboating, right?
The altitude.
The pressure from the heights.
He was motorboating like this.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But the look on my buddy's face, and I was like, "No, dude, I think I popped her titty." He's like, "All right, we should go. We should go before we get beat."
Dude, this strip club though, the Claremont Lounge, they have like a 70, 80-year-old woman who does it. They have a mother-daughter combination that does it. There were some like hot young girls there.
I'm not into that.
But I was like, we gotta go. It's gonna be hilarious. So we showed up. There was like 25 comics who went, guys and girls.
Oh, that's fun.
Dude, and it was so fun because what they do, they like make it a game. They like put like buckets, they hold buckets, and then they'll be like front or back, and they'll turn around and you play. It's like beer pong. You like throw it in the bucket,
right?
Which is so because I'm like, we're getting like competitive. Dude, the funniest part, there were some comics there who you would call them like very woke Brooklyn comics.
Yeah.
Some women. And dude, the whole night I was like, hey, you want to come throw some singles? Dude, I had like $60 of singles, and I was like, just try it. And they were like, okay. And then they would throw it, and I was like, pretty fun, right? They're like, this is pretty fun.
Next thing you know, they're like, make the mom kiss the door.
They just
Spread your ass cheeks.
I was just slowly corrupting these woke Brooklyn comics into being like loving the strip club. It was so fun.
That's wild.
Great.
So, like, what were like? They have like big girls, like they all kinds of.
Well, dude, the funny
non-traditional.
thing, that's why we went, because they were like, you got to see it. It's like something to see. You
Seems
know?
kind of
It's like an event, you know.
Yeah.
But then we go there, and like the first 3 women were just like regular hot strippers, and one of these like comics, she was like, yeah, I didn't come to watch like beautiful women take their clothes off. I want to see like the fat 80-year-old.
Yeah.
And then like as the night went on, like some of these, like there was like an 80-year-old woman who like a probably 60-year-old woman who came out. There was like this like probably I thought was younger, but someone else was like, that is like a 70-year-old black woman. I was like, she looks 35, but she had like comically large breasts.
Oh, like the big
huge.
balloons?
Like
Like the
they
big-
were comically enormous.
They
And
were
I was
fake
like,
though, right?
that's crazy. No, I kept going, you know, those are natural. Those are real.
I saw a girl get on a plane. Her ass. I was like, it's like a cartoon ass. It was, but she's walking past me, and I was like, but it is kind of nice. You know what I mean, like just to like sleep on it. You know what I mean? But the ass was. I was like, this is ridiculous.
I feel like fake asses could cause some shit problems.
I also thought that. I go, what is she?
Because I feel like now you've increased the distance.
Yeah. How do you get that clean in there?
A lot of
right?
paper.
Yeah.
A lot
it's a
of
whole,
paper.
You need like
That's
a hose.
They're bidet.
That's
Yeah,
a
you gotta
bidet.
Those broads are bidet.
You got to go
That's
portable.
got a bidet.
And if you got the
bidet.
money for a fake ass, you probably got money for like a spray guy.
A guy.
Yeah, like a guy.
I don't know. She was flying fucking basic on
Spirit.
United. Yeah, right. It wasn't
Southwest pick your seat.
Yeah.
She had to pay to bring that ass.
I was like, I'm glad I'm not sitting next to her. Yeah, that ass spilling over. She's like in a booster seat though. Like she's
you're sitting there like you're on the tire in the back of a truck. You know.
oh, dude, I've ridden in a back of a truck. You know, that's a comfortable. I know my way around the back of a truck.
Dude, I remember I was so fucked up once, and we were getting picked up from this party. I was probably like 16, and I was like, I gotta go back. I'm staying at Brian's house, and then he was like, yeah, but it's a truck. We don't have room for a 4th person up in the front of this truck. I was like, fuck it, I'll go in the bed. And I was so drunk, and like they got the tarp over too.
Oh,
So I'm like under
the
Oh
tarp.
my
Yeah.
God, dude.
and I throw up
God. Oh my
drunk,
yeah.
and I'm just back there like fucking tossing around,
Like
in my
what,
own
laying
puke.
down?
Yeah.
Oh
And,
my
thrown
God.
around. And then they go back and they're like, "Oh, he puked," and like they open it up. And I'm just back there. I'm like, "I'm sorry, man. You were hitting them bends too hard." I had like fucking 6 Mickey's 40s.
Oh my God, dude.
I had passed out, and we were drinking in the woods. I had passed out drinking. It's just like a big plastic bottle of vodka. You remember those?
Yeah.
Vladdy.
Vlad. Yeah, it was totally Vlad.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, and I pass out, and again, you know, I just get dragged because I used to just get dragged around all the time, and I remember getting not remember, but I've been told that I was thrown in the back of the truck, and every stop sign I would go sliding up, like just carting his dead body around all night,
Like a cat in a cartoon.
Dude. Holy shit. Yeah, but yeah, real fun time. Real fun time.
Who was your favorite performer?
Probably that black girl with the large breasts. It was wild. They have a girl there. She didn't come out, unfortunately, but apparently it's an older woman, and she smashes cans.
Oh wow!
With her tits, and then
cool.
she'll sign the can for you, and then
that's fun.
you can take it.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
She wasn't there that
to
night.
get something for the kids.
Yeah, a little souvenir. You know, hey, Johnny, got your little gift.
I couldn't get you tickets to the Braves game, but yeah, here
Look at this. Give it a smell.
But Sally Smasher signed a Coors Banquet for you.
Dude, yeah.
That sounds fun.
It was a great time, man. It was great. And then I had to, my flight was the next day. All of our flights were wicked early. Yeah. My flight was at like 10:30 or something like that. So I was like, I got to be up at Atlanta airport's crazy. So I was like, I got to be up early. So it's like 3 a.m. and I was like, I'll go back to the hotel because we were staying upstairs. Like at the hotel upstairs.
So you just drank at the hotel bar?
Yeah. Well,
we
were
the
at the strip club
is
and
part
then,
of the hotel.
Yeah, we go upstairs. Dude. Apparently, it was like they just redid this hotel. It's beautiful. But apparently, it was like for years, it was like just a mess, like blown out, like, drug addicts were just like squatting there. That whole time, this strip club was still open, just operating without a hitch, But yeah, we just went right upstairs. And at like 3:30, I was like, I should probably go to bed. And then it was just one of those, you close your eyes and all of a sudden your alarm goes off and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, I was in Houston this weekend. We get up at 4 a.m. to catch a flight out. Because, getting back, it's like, I don't want to get back Sunday night.
I know that, but I think I really try now to not do that fucking early flight.
Well, here's the thing. I had to sleep all day Sunday anyway. So it was like it didn't really... I get home and I just sleep. It's like...
You're so like fucking jet lagged. Yeah. And yeah, dude. And the other thing is I think we've talked about this on the pod before, I thought you were going to say you tried to do the ultimate dummy mission.
Oh, stay up all night?
Yes.
I have done that in the past a bunch.
Dude, it's tough. It's tough on the body.
Yeah.
I've done it a few times going on vacation with my family. And months before, my mom would be like, hey, I'm going to book all of our tickets together. Are you good with a 8 a.m. flight? And I'm like, yeah, that's great. Yeah, do it. And then as the date gets closer, I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah. 8 a.m., that means I got to be there at like 5. Yeah. I got to wake up at 4, whatever. And then
But you just agree. You just agree.
I know.
Dude, if somebody asks me to do something 2 months in advance just to not have a conversation, I'll agree. Like, it could be a castration for me.
Like, I got 3 months to get my life in order.
They're like, hey,
3 months from now, I'm going to be going to bed at 10 p.m.
Hey, we're going to cut your dick off in 4 months. All right, yeah.
It's fine. That's fine. I'll figure it out.
You want the details? Just fucking email me or something. I'll read it 2 days before. I'll read it a day and a half before, and then I'll Google the address in the morning, and then I'm like, oh, fuck. Shit, it is going to be 2 hours longer than I thought it was going to be.
I thought this was around the corner.
That's
this
how
is
I
in
live
another
my
state.
fucking life.
God damn.
You know how many times I've booked a stand-up gig, and I'd be like, holy shit, when did fucking Maine get 7 hours away? It's like this close on the map.
So close. Dude, I did that once. I was dating this girl in college, and I was going to see a concert. I went to Siena, and there was a Siena College up in Albany, and there was a concert in Marist. And it was like, close. It's like 2 hours. It's not bad. But my buddy went to Marist, like a buddy I went to high school with. And I remember I hit him up and I was like, hey, this band that like I like and my girlfriend really likes is playing. Like, is there any way that like I could get tickets with her? And he was like, yeah, it's like a student thing, but just come on down. So I remember it was like they were playing on Sunday. And we're sitting like hungover at breakfast at like 10 a.m. on Sunday. And I text him, I go, hey, what time is the concert tonight? And he was like, it's at 12 today. It was like an afternoon concert. I had no idea.
Shit.
And I was like, we gotta go.
Yeah, afternoon concert.
It was crazy.
No.
Yeah, we literally like ran back to our rooms, got ready, zipped down. But that was a stressful car ride.
I'm better about that now because I drive most of the time. Like I drive to like a lot of gigs, like a lot of stuff. Now that I have a car, and it's like I've gotten beat so many times. I'm like, dude, this is stupid. Why am I driving to Virginia? I didn't think Virginia was this far away. Like, for a show that's like 12 people. You know what I mean? It's like one of those. So now I'm like, I Google immediately, like, how long is it going to be? But like, I love driving now. You have a car?
Yeah, I like driving.
I was just driving over here. I was like cranking a Red Bull and like had the fucking music blast. It's so nice out. I'm like, dude, this reminds me. That was my favorite, like getting high during the day and driving around.
What were you listening to?
Pixies.
Okay.
The old school.
Nice.
Old school.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, just getting fucked up during the day. Because when I was a waiter, you have your days off. So getting fucked up during the day is the best. Like going golfing, doing cocaine and golfing is like just ridiculous.
Dude. I mean, I wasn't doing cocaine and golfing, but day golfing, it's great. Yeah. Get a little White Claws. Dude, Sun Cruisers, drink of the summer.
I don't know.
You don't like them?
I like them. I looked at too many carbs.
Dude, it's a John.
Is that
Daly.
your new thing? You carb checking drinks?
What
You
an
got
asshole
to,
this
dude.
guy is. What an asshole.
It pissed me off, bro, because I love them. I was
turned
like,
me
they're too
on
good
to
be
him.
true.
He turned me on to him, and then I go, "Oh, dude, Sun Cruisers are great." A week later, he goes, "Yeah, I'm off them."
I love this.
What do you mean?
This is Ray, like pro. This is a pro drinking move. He's like, nah, dude, I can't slow down the intake of alcohol. I got to control the carbs.
Well, they have more carbs than a fucking Michelob Ultra.
Dude, it is.
And I'd rather drink beer.
Not me, dude.
A Michelob Ultra, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, over a Sun Cruiser.
What is a Sun
Cruiser is
Iced tea vodka.
It is iced tea,
Look at this
vodka,
long explanation.
and lemonade. It's a John Daly, you know,
Oh, okay.
and no carbonation, and they go down like
They're phenomenal.
lemonade.
Yeah, it sounds
and
pretty good.
Iced tea.
You
Like
mean, that's the one thing that you missed out on drinking some of the technology with these seltzers,
Noons,
high
White
noons.
Claws.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They're fun. They're fun beach drinks. Like your drive over here. If you had a fucking Sun Cruiser on the drive,
oh yeah,
forget about it.
Yeah, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be up front honking the horn like, let's get in. Let's go to Rockies.
We're going for a real Sun Cruise, brother.
And cancels the pod. We never hear from him. He's just like, nah. 3 days later, he's like, dude, I had one Sun Cruiser, and then I started blowing a guy at Penn Station.
Dude, we were at I remember I was doing like whatever I could to make money right before I moved to New York, and I took this job with my dad. We were working for my cousin, like building something in their basement, and he's like, let's go to Burger King for breakfast first. So we're sitting in Burger King, and it's like quiet, like I'm fucking exhausted, and he just takes a beat and he goes, you don't like getting drunk in the morning, do you? I was like, what the fuck kind of question is that, dude? He's like, I was like, I mean, yeah, but it's like not easy to, like people have shit to do. He's like, yeah, you can still do shit. And I was like, what are you getting at? He was like, I was going to see if you wanted to do a case while we're working this job.
I like that he starts it out like it's like you're kind of like a pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're kind of a pussy.
Kind of a bitch, aren't you? What do you mean?
What are you getting at?
I wish that's how he was asking it. He was asking it like, I can't remember. Are you somebody that always talks about getting fucked up in the morning? So it's like, never. I don't know. What are you talking about? Not, like, am I going to a Steelers game? No, I'm going to fucking, put tiles on a bar
Yeah, dude, that sounds miserable to me.
in my cousin's basement.
My buddy's dad was a painter, and they would that was the whole thing. You drink while you paint.
I've done
They
that,
paint
yeah.
houses, and it's just they would come home. It's coming home from work just hammered. We'd be hanging out in the garage, and his dad and uncle would show up, just fucking tanks, like rolling in. They bought crabs. Where did you find crabs? What's going on?
Dude, I used to work at the beach, and there was one guy who was like, famous around the beach as like one of these clammers, crabbers, whatever. And he would go out every day, like when we were getting there, and then he'd come back around like noon, and we'd always see him every day. And then one like summer, my buddy's brother worked for him and was going out with him. And like, I remember the first day he comes back, we were like, hey, how was it? And he was like, it was interesting. We were like, why? What's up? He goes, he drank about 20 beers out on the water. And he would do the things, the clamatos, where he would mix it. He would take a beer and he would put like the red sauce in and like some like clam juice, and he would just
good.
slam these fucking drinks.
That
He's
does
like,
sound good.
yeah.
Really
By
good.
the end of the day, he was just like barely could speak. Come back with his haul.
Well, you're out in the sun too. It's
Yeah.
you're just cooked.
Get in his pickup truck, drive home.
Dude, that's those like blue collar dudes though. Like even if they're not drinking on the job, they're drinking right after the job up until they gotta sleep a couple hours to get up for the job.
For sure.
And it's the most impressive shit ever. The superpower.
Well, and like driving around with a can of beer, like it's just not. Yeah. It's like I'm just double dutying right here. Yeah.
And we certainly aren't glorifying drinking
No.
and driving. I know that we get a lot of shit about that, but I am just saying, like, my dad one time was drinking all night, got into an argument with my sister-in-law and my brother, and drove back to Kentucky. That's a 6-hour drive, hammered drunk, and got there. And then when they called him, he was like, yeah, I'm home. And still holding the grudge from the argument. Nothing about like, yeah, I'm home safe. I was drunk. But it's like, it's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's illegal. It's bad. It's dangerous. It's not impressive.
Oh. Dude, when I was in college, the craziest blackout story I ever heard, this kid who was like friends with the guys I played rugby with, they were like, dude, yeah, he had a tough weekend last weekend. They went out, got drunk. He blacked out. This is Albany. This is in Albany. He blacked out. And Sunday morning, woke up in his childhood bedroom on Long Island. Did I tell you that before?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he fucking blacked and woke up. Dude, that's like 2 bridges and like multiple tolls that you got to go through. That's a 3.5-hour drive.
Here's the thing. People talk about drinking and driving now like it's so bad. Like, yes, it's always been bad. But here's the thing. You didn't really have the options you have now. You didn't have Uber and stuff like that. You just, if you wanted to go out, you just learned how to drink and drive. Like it's, back then it's like you were either good at it or you're like, hey, you're not allowed to drive anymore because you're going to get us all arrested. You know what I mean? It's like, that was the only way you got to party. Because nobody's ever going to be a designated driver, when you're 20.
It's always the dude who drinks the least was what it used to be.
Right. And you never trusted him anyway. Yeah. In the end, it became like, who's good at drinking it? Who's good at drunk driving? You know what I mean? It's like,
he's our designated driver. Well, I see him drinking right now. He's just doing beers.
Dude, my dad told me. My dad's like, in like the 70s, that was like the thing. They would like go out and be like, we're going out tonight. And they would just drink. They would have a case in the car and just drive around. Yeah, dude. And just like drink beers.
Yeah.
They'd get pulled over.
So much fun. Yeah.
They'd get pulled over and be like, the cops would be like, what are you guys doing? They were just drinking, driving around. And they'd be like, all right, just be careful.
Dude, I got pulled over in Philly in like the 90s, late 90s. We were drinking and we just had, like, you look in the back seat, there's like a half case of empties and like 2 6s left. You know what I mean? It's like a half a case has already been drank. We both have like beers in the thing. And the reason we got pulled over, we're driving around. I picked him up from work. We had like cocaine on us, and we're like going, kind of heading back to his place, but also like just dicking around, driving around because it's it's fun. He goes to me, he goes, hey, you think that's a cop behind us? I was like, nah, it's not a cop. And he goes, okay, good. Next thing you know, lights, just go right up, and it turns out. When he said, is that a cop behind us? And I said, no. He went, just flipped them off because they were following us too close. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? But the cop was just like, he gave us a ticket for running a stop sign. Oh, you know what I mean? Nice. It's like in the city, it's like, it's a little different, I think, than in the suburbs.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
When was this?
Like late 90s.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Today, they would be like, an impound your car.
Get
They'd be
out
like,
of the fucking car.
New York doesn't.
Penalty.
Yeah, New York doesn't fuck around. They take the car.
Oh yeah.
I heard that when I first moved up here. So it was like, yeah. So what's it like? No, dude, you don't drive.
Yeah,
there's taxis.
You don't have to.
But here's the thing: in Philly, you couldn't get a taxi. Like taxis
couldn't in Pittsburgh either.
Yeah, it was really difficult to get around.
And it's like nice to have your car home. Yeah. Dude, do you know what I did yesterday that was really fun?
What?
That I haven't done in I don't even know if I've ever done this because I'm not a big weed guy. Is I fucking my girl was trying to get me to go out drinking with her friends yesterday, and I was like, I'm just not really feeling it. Like I'm tired. Like it's been like it was a long weekend. I had a long day already, and I was like, I bought all these video games like a couple of years ago, and I never fucking play them, and like it's a lot of money. I was like, I'm gonna play this video game, and she's like, okay, well, I'll leave my bowl out for you because she smokes. Dude, I smoked weed last night and played video games for like 3 hours. It was maybe the best night I've had in the last 4 months.
Is that why you didn't come and hang at the show?
It is, yeah.
I'm okay with that, dude.
No, I was, but I mean, I was like working on shit till like 8 or 9 o'clock. And then when she left, I was like, weed's still sitting there.
Let me try a little bit of that.
Play some Spider-Man.
Oh,
that's a good time. That's a good time. Nice, especially like smoking it out of a bowl. Like everybody like vapes now and like, I mean, it's like actually just taking it. Just a big hit.
And
Yeah.
dude, I gotta take I've never been a weed guy. Like I mean, I've smoked weed
Well,
like
it's
all my
strong
life
now too.
But dude, I took like 3 hits from this bowl, and I was like, fucking, dude, I was going after the Green Goblin. Bro.
Yeah. Nice. You get paranoid from weed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Yeah.
After a while, I like had the thing where like I was playing for like maybe like an hour and a half, and then I was like, oh fuck, my girl's gonna get home. She's gonna see that I Uber Eats 2 boxes of cereal, and and some seltzers. And like she's gonna be like, wow, this dude's like a loser. He's way too high. And then I was like, I shouldn't have smoked that weed. I shouldn't be playing video games. I should have just been like sending emails out for my career. And it's just, dude, it's like this whole whirlwind. And then like she came home and it just like went away. And I was like, all right, hey, how's everything going? How was your night? You know,
It's
I grabbed
crazy.
Fruity Pebbles.
It's crazy how much time you'll spend being paranoid and how easily it just goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't. It's almost like you can't do it on your own. Like
Nah.
something needs to like fly past your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, weed fucking paranoid. Oh, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
I remember
I
I used to, when I started smoking weed in like college, it was great because I didn't have that like anxiety. And then I saw one of my buddies have a panic attack and it like put it in my mind. I was like, oh, that's possible. That can happen. And I remember I got like super high ones, like where it felt like, talking about like maybe like the first time you smoke, you're like, oh, so it felt like there were strings around my ankles, like holding me to the ground
Jesus.
while we were walking, you
Nice.
know?
Yeah.
And I remember we were walking back to like the dorms and a cop car came by and someone goes, oh, cop. And it just immediately made me like start panicking. And I was like, we just got to get to the room. We got to get to the room. I laid down and then I remembered I had laundry and I was like, I got to get the laundry. And dude, I remember my heart was just like fucking through its chest. And then one of my buddies, which was making it worse, was like, should we call an ambulance for him? And I was like, oh, that's the worst thing to say. Then my roommate came back who was a big, like smoked all day, every day. And he was like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, I was just freaking out. And he was like, oh, just get up and play video games with me. And I was like, okay. And we played Madden and it just all went away.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Ed was smiling at you that whole time, like, that sounds like some good shit.
Well, my whole thing was I would get paranoid in ways that were just like so detached from reality. Like I'm not really here. You know what I mean? Like this is all an illusion, just total psychological, just fucking hallucinating kind of like mental, like not like visually hallucinating, but just this whacked out shit. I'm
You're
like,
full Matrix.
yeah, full Matrix. Oh, so Matrix.
Let me take a little more.
Star
I'm gonna
Wars,
escape.
the whole like those kind of like sci-fi things. Like we're like images of ourselves that we're watching somewhere else. Like,
Dude.
But like when I was 14, I had all that stuff.
It's hard for me to be high when I'm alone, too, because, like, if I get, like, a text from somebody, I'd be like, what do they mean by what are you doing with the rest of your night? Did they mean, like, the rest of my night or the rest of my life? Was it a typo? Should have been, what am I doing with the rest of my life? What am I doing with the rest of my life? I have no idea. Wait, does he have a camera in here? Can he see what I'm actually doing? No? Is he in my brain right now? Does he know how hard one text message is just making me fucking spin out right now? Like, that's... Yeah, that's why I drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, drinking.
Yeah, weed was always like a mixer.
Oh,
right? Yeah, it was like an enhancer. Yeah, it's like I don't like I'll do weed alone by itself, but sometimes, but like mostly it was like
Still now or
no, I won't smoke weed now. Yeah.
Did I tell you the drawer story recently?
No.
About my dad?
No.
When my dad had his old apartment, I would stay with him like every other weekend, or like sometimes just like would go to school from there. And I slept on the couch. Like he just had like one bedroom. And I remember he was like, "Hey Ray, come here. Here's this dresser here. There's 2 little drawers on the top. They're like little drawers." And he was like, "All right, if you make a deal with me, I'll make a deal with you. The one on the left's mine. The one on the right's yours. You can put in the right drawer whatever you want, but we're not allowed to look in each other's drawers."
Wow.
And I was like,
How old were you?
I was like 11, 12. And I was like, okay, man. Hey, this is fucking weird. Because guess what? I wasn't going to look in your drawers. Now, I'm going to give it 2 weeks till you start fucking around, and I'm going to peek in there.
What'd you find?
Drugs.
Oh, just drugs. Okay.
Drugs.
Not like a gun.
No.
Address to another family.
His gun was on like the fucking like
Coffee
end
table.
Yeah.
Coffee table, yeah.
No, but I mean, it wasn't like weed. It was like
Yeah.
fucking drugs, like fucking, like fucking crack pipes and shit, you know, and like I'm like, oh wow, fucking, he's gonna get like he's gonna see something crazy, a crazy twist of events when he opens mine and sees some change, a $2 bill, and a Batman action figure. Whoa, man, we're really.
I won't look in yours. You don't look in mine.
I wonder if he looked in mine. That motherfucker.
He's baiting
I wonder if
you.
he betrayed my trust.
He baited you.
He definitely did.
For sure.
It wasn't a bait move, man.
He wants to find out if you're getting high. Is this kid cool or not?
Yeah.
Or does he have any good shit?
He opened it and he's just like, fucking underwear and Batman figure.
Or he's like, that
Damn it.
$2 bill is, in case I need it.
Could buy a little bit of crack.
He was at least usually honest. I remember one time when he was like, I didn't know, you know what I mean? You don't know the shit when you're a kid.
Sure.
But he kicked heroin on his own twice.
Oh, wow.
And the one time he did it was when he was in Pittsburgh, and I was pretty young, and I remember him just being in bed a lot, and I didn't really know. And I was like, dude, I was like, things are tough. I was like, I was like, you need some groceries here. So like I collected change because my grandmother was like put that on me. So I rolled up a bunch of change for him, and I was like, hey, go take this and get some food in the house, right? And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it later. So I leave, I go to my mom's, come back the next day, and there's no food in the house, and the change is all gone. I was like, what the fuck, man? He's like, oh yeah, I bought a case of beer. I was like, oh, okay. Well, at least you were honest with me.
That's
right?
nice.
And you weren't like fucking somebody broke in and stole it. And
someone stole $13 worth of pennies.
hey, actually, I put it in my drawer. You're not allowed to look, and it's in there. I'm just saving it for later, but don't look.
Holy shit, dude. Dude, we're almost at an hour. This has been great.
Yeah,
man.
good
This has
times.
been
Yeah, thanks for
fucking-
having me back.
Dude, thanks for coming.
Hell yeah!
Thanks.
I mean, you got an open invitation.
Yeah,
here,
seriously.
It's a good time.
This is a fun one, dude.
Was there anything we do got some time left?
Yeah.
Was there anything you had holstered that you wanted to get off your chest?
What did I have? I was drinking and driving was my big. I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
Driving
yeah.
over, I was just having like just a good time, and I was like, man, you got me thinking about sun cruisers now.
Oh, yeah.
You can't, Ed. I remember last time on the show you were like, I figured out like after a while, I was like, oh, I could drink again. I could just do beers. And you were like, next thing you know, I'm in the East Village smoking crack.
Smoking crack on a stoop.
Dude, you know what you could have? You could have a non-alcoholic sun cruiser, which is just iced tea and vodka.
That's not good.
Iced tea and lemonade.
That's not. I'd rather just drive around real fast without a seatbelt on.
Did you know they're doing...
I need some danger is what I'm talking about.
Someone
dude.
told me they're doing non-alcoholic White Claws now, and I was like, that's just the seltzer.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I've been drinking non-alcoholic White Claws for 4 years.
Paying $11 for a non-alcoholic White Claw.
Dude, there's nothing worse than a mocktail.
Oh.
Dude, I go and I'm like, what is this non-alcoholic gin? Do you know how bad gin tastes with alcohol?
You know what though? I used to be like pretty like adamantly against non-alcoholic beers, but I do think that like it makes a lot of sense. Like,
Dude, those IPAs they got now. Like,
Yeah.
because a non-alcoholic, like Heineken's like,
Yeah.
but like the IPAs, I'm like, oh, this is nice.
like Trusso drinks them. Like when we'll go,
The
like,
non-alcoholic
we'll go out. And it's like-
IPA? Yeah.
But it's nice to like like there like with boozing and going to bars and shit. There is a lot of and like watching games. There's a lot of ritual to it.
Yeah, having
It's
a
nice
beer,
to hold a
the
bottle.
taste,
I would always rather hold a bottle than like a glass.
Yeah.
With like a clear seltzer in it. I used to do like a little splash of, just put some color in there. A little
Yeah,
splash of
that's
cran or
that's
something.
nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
nice drink, dude.
You
I
throw
went
a
on
lime in there. It looks like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
talking
it's
about
part of it.
hating mocktails. I remember I went on a date once, and this girl was like, "Hey, like I drink, but like I'm not super into like drinking tonight. Do you want to just do like mocktails?" And I was like, "Sure, that would be awesome."
The things we'll do for pussy.
It's like, I'd rather just do coffee. Can we just drink a bunch of coffee?
I was
and
like,
sit out?
I would just have water and
Can we
like
just
seltzer.
get amped out?
Just want to get a slice. What
Dude,
the
I remember.
fuck are we doing?
I
here?
remember the bill came. It was spent like $50 on
dude.
juice.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my god."
Dude, do you remember that same poker game we were talking about? Our one buddy came to play, and he brought beer and also NA beer, And he was like, I was like, why'd you bring NA beer? He's like, well, I can't get too crazy tonight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a beer and then an NA, and I'm gonna switch on and off and keep me. Dude, within like 10 minutes, he got one of fucking Dylan's like hard ass zins in his mouth. He's already taken 2 shots of whiskey with me, and I'm like, what happened to the plan? He's like, it went awry.
He's betting with the NA beers. He's like, let's just put these in the pot.
Dude, these zins, man, these are like 6 milligrams. They're pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And especially if you've never done them. And he was like, I take one out, I put it in. He goes, hey, can I have one of those? And I go, yeah. Dude, he asked with the confidence of like, he's done them every day of his life. And I was like, sure, yeah. They're 6 milligrams. He goes, yeah, perfect. He puts it in. Dude, 3 minutes later, we're betting and we're like, hey, it's your turn. And he was like, dude, I'm fucked up.
He's the best.
It was so funny.
It's nicotine, right?
Yeah, it's straight
dude.
nicotine.
Nicotine's like,
Dude, he did. I was doing shots that night. He did every single shot that I did.
Oh, God.
well, he's amped out. It's like fucking doing coke. Yeah, it's like.
Well, that's what everybody was saying to him. He was like, I don't know what to do. I'm fucked up. Like Trusso's on the couch watching the game, and he's like, drink a beer, just drink it. He's like,
oh, fuck, man. But dude, thanks for coming on. This was
so much,
awesome.
man.
I'm glad we talked yesterday, and I was like,
Yeah, it was good.
You wanna
this is
come
great.
by?
Perfect. Yeah, love it.
tell folks where to find you and where to find your podcast.
Yeah, so listen to my podcast, Working Class Souls. We talk about the same shit, but in a job sense. So it's a little more, instead of drinking and driving, it's getting drunk on the job.
There we go.
A little more of that.
No, I did them. I love the pod, man. Go check out
Working Class Souls. And then you can check me out on Instagram at Ed McGowan Comedy.
Hell yeah. You could find me at Ray Zawodni on all social media. This coming Saturday, I will be at the Boho in Binghamton, New York with my buddy Colin Chamberlain, friend of the pod. And you could catch me here, at every single Wednesday, baby, except last Wednesday. But every Wednesday going forward with my man Dylan. Dylan, where can they find you, brother?
At Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I'm going to be at Williamsburg Comedy Club this Saturday at 6 p.m., baby. Hot show. Come on out. And you can find all the clips. We post clips, Troublemakers at Troublemakers on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, 4, 5, sometimes 3, 6 times a week. Sometimes, sometimes when I'm feeling motivated. And you can listen to us every single Wednesday. Good night.
See ya.